The Raspberry Pi Jam is an exposition highlighting the innovations from more than 30 high schools across the country. The event is being hosted by the Public Utilities Commission that has invested approximately $500,000 for students to bring their innovations to life. Minister of Education Patrick Faber and consultant for the Public Utilities Commission, Carla Hart, spoke about the event, stating that the innovations are a demonstration of what will lead the way in the country.
I think that the way forward in this country in terms of our economy has got to be through service. And while tourism is the buzzword in that regard, I think Belizeans being able to be innovative and to create services, especially as it relates to technology, and being able to market this at home and even abroad is the way forward. And so we embrace this initiative.
Been a lot of dedicated people involved, so it's been a shared load, but the first phase saw training of the teachers in the use of the Raspberry Pi so that they could then take it back to their respective schools and work with their computer clubs and their computer classes to develop their projects. It's been over a half year under development, and this today is the fruition of all that work with a lot of people involved and a lot of commitment from the Ministry of Education, as you've heard Mr. Blade say today, as well as from the PUC.
The Raspberry Pi innovations are not intended to be a one-time event. Minister Faber and consultant Hart spoke about the plans that the Ministry of Education and the PUC have to keep the innovations going.
Of all the projects that are coming up, we see stoplights, we see temperature monitoring devices, we see automated systems being built for agriculture, and so these are things that we all know are necessary in our Belizean society and are necessary, in fact, over the world. And these are things that people use on a daily basis. And so it must be that we applaud this, because it points that our young people, especially, I'm happy that this is being done with our young people, are moving in a path that they can be relevant in the Belizean society, but also in the wider world. We intend to continue to support this kind of development in our schools. Much of this that is being done, though, is a learned skill, and so we believe that if we continue to train our young people, that the money will follow from the private sector and from investors to assist our young people in fleshing out their skills and their talent. And
I think the commission at the PUC put together some very handsome prizes to help along that line. So the prizes that I think will be offered to the winners are going to indeed help them along that path.
When it comes to innovation, the key is to keep trying until it works and to encourage the students to keep up their efforts despite failure. Minister Faber shared his story on his own failed innovation.
I tell the story of my trials with stew beans. At first, I got advice from a person who taught me how to, or was giving me the instructions as to how to make stew beans and pigtail. Well, I followed most of the instructions, but I guess the person forgot to tell me, or maybe I didn't follow as closely as I should have. But I forgot to, or I did not boil the pigtail to take the salt out.
In the evening, the PUC announced the winners of the competition, which was the group from Corozal Community College, who presented an automatic irrigation system. Group member Carlos Lopez talked about where the inspiration came from and what the group won.
From being up northward, we focus a lot on the sugarcane industry. We thought we could help those areas of the sectors that are in dire need, like the sugarcane industry, the citrus industry, and banana industry. So that's where we got our idea from. It helps alleviate the farmers' waste of time going out in the field and watering their plants. So because of this, farmers can do other tasks and help produce better yield of their crops. Well, the first prize was a 3D printer, which will greatly aid in building of small components that we could have used instead of taking apart parts from other machines. So it will greatly benefit Raspberry Pi. We also had in mind making obstacle avoidance car, which will assist those who are impaired when it comes to driving, so to help alleviate car accidents. If somebody is able to fund us, we may be able to incorporate this into business or something like that, like it.